Greetings, Chem 1 students. This is Mr. Braun, and today we're going to discuss the pre-lab for combination decomposition reactions. Okay. If you go through the lab and realize we are going to be dealing with 6 different combination and decomposition reactions. Here they are right here, where you will need to write the correct equation for the reaction as you are completed. Now, what we'll do is we're going to deal with first combination reactions. On this one, step 1 right here, we're using sandpaper to clean copper wire. So the copper wire is going to be drawing oxygen from the air. Okay, as we burn it, we need to sandpaper to clean the copper wire and use crucible tongs to hold the wire into the Bunsen burner. Number 2 is dealing with a piece of steel wool. We're also going to take the crucible tongs to hold the steel wool into the flame of the Bunsen burner, and note appearances before and after. Finally, magnesium. Now, we dealt with magnesium earlier in a lab. We know that the magnesium gives off a very bright light. So you're going to take the piece of 1 centimeter magnesium, you're going to hold it into the flame of the Bunsen burner with the crucible tongs once again. The magnesium will ignite. Do not, I repeat, do not look at the burning magnesium. Okay? It is bright enough that it could cause retina damage at close range. It would be like looking into the sun. We don't want to go out and look into the sun on a nice, bright, warm summer's day, just like you don't want to look at the magnesium burning. So once again, do not look at the burning magnesium. The fourth reaction is going to be a reaction with copper 2 carbonate. That's going to be a decomposition. So you're going to take a small amount of copper 2 carbonate. I will demonstrate the amount when you get into class tomorrow. So we'll take a small amount of copper 2 carbonate in the bottom of a clean, dry test tube and heat it in a Bunsen burner. Now, one thing we need to remember, if I have a test tube and I'm heating it in a Bunsen burner, number 1, I need test tube clamps to hold the test tube, or I need to have a ring stand with a utility clamp. Let's probably go with a ring stand with a utility clamp for this one. The second thing we are going to need to do is make sure that when we're heating, we are pointing towards the wall and up and towards the wall. We don't want to have anything splatter out of the mouth of the test tube and get on neighbors, get on our lab partners. So if we point it up and to the wall, we can prevent splattering on our neighbors. Also, make sure we try to have it pointed up and away from the computer monitor, okay? Away from the computer monitor. I will have a designated waste container for you to put the copper 2 chloride, the copper 1 oxide, and the iron 3 oxide in. It will be in the back of the classroom in one of the back tables, okay? Step number 5, we're taking a small amount of copper 1 oxide in the clean, dry test tube once again. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did in step 4. We're going to note before and after appearances. Okay. Finally, we're going to have a small amount of iron 3 oxide in the bottom of the clean, dry test tube. Same thing before. Before and after appearances, the waste product goes into a designated container in the back of the room. Now, once we get finished with all 3 of those, we need to make sure that we wash and clean our test tube. So wash and clean our test tube, dry them, and then put them back into our laboratory drawers. Now, on our data chart here, we see appearance before, appearance after. So you're just writing down what it looks like before, what it looks like after for all of the reactions. Now, down here is the part what's going to be graded, okay? I'm going to go through and I'm going to look. You are to write the correct equations for the reactions you did in the lab. Now, what I've had in the past is people put copper plus oxygen and then they just write what is formed here. Okay? Not the case. What we will be doing is you will be writing a balanced chemical equation. So you need the chemical formula for copper. You need the chemical formula for oxygen, and you need to have the chemical formula for the combination reaction that has occurred. So what is the product when you have copper reacting with oxygen? Okay, same thing. Iron's formula, okay, oxygen's formula, and what is the product? Now, one thing I might want to just throw in here to you is remember super sevens. Hint, hint, hint. Finally, the three bottom ones are decomposition reactions. Once again, we are writing formulas and balance equations. Formulas and balance equations. We are not just writing words here. If you write the words, you're going to miss it. I want a chemical equation, I want the formulas, and I want it balanced. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Braun. This has been the pre-lab video for the combination and decomposition reactions lab. Let's investigate.